Hi, Costa Rica team. My name is Rachel, and I am on the Human Resources team at Cadence. And I'm excited to walk you through our performance process and calibration grid this morning. Over here on the screen, you're going to see what we call a calibration grid. This is how we start the performance management process. We take all of your employees, and you're going to try to figure out which box that their performance best fits into. So to start out, we have on the far left side, we have what we're calling needs improvement or poor performance. This is going to be an employee that is not meeting the expectations of the job, or there's significant gaps that need to be filled before they're going to be able to be successful and continue to grow with the organization. So if you have any employees that have significant gaps in their performance, or they're not meeting the expectations, you're going to list them in this particular grid box. And you can see there's the potential arrow over here, and then at the bottom, this is their performance. When you come over to the right here, you're going to see a box at the top called building performance, and then in the bottom called consistent performance. People that are in the middle of the grid are successful in their roles. When you have someone that is a consistent performer, they're meeting the current performance expectations, and the development plan that you should put together as a manager should focus on increasing performance contribution in their current role. So you want to look at their skill set and increase it. So you want to identify those gaps and work with the employee so that they can start to move up to this box and then potentially over to this side of the grid. So you want to think about what experiences does this employee need to develop their skill set and their perspective and grow within the organization. When you come up here to building performance, this can be a number of employees. So this could be a new employee or an employee that's new to the role, so they were recently promoted, and they're building their performance. So they're still learning about what their role is in the organization. It could also be an employee that has consistent performance down here, but they have shown on occasion that they have the ability to perform at a higher level. So the greatest opportunity here for you as a manager is to identify those gaps that are existing to increase their skill set. That might be involving their knowledge base about the facility or their job, training abilities, and other areas that help them to replace the high performers that are already on the far right side of the grid. So this is a succession planning. This could include any type of specialized or generic training. And really, you want to think about what can you prepare this employee to do that they do not do currently. Then you come over to the right side of the calibration grid. At the bottom here, this is going to be your performers that are far exceeding the expectations in their current role, but they're not interested in growing or taking on a higher level of responsibility within the organization. So they don't want to go up to these green boxes. They want to stay here and continue to expand their knowledge within their job field. That would be engage in current role. When you come up to the middle green box, it's called prepare for next role. This is going to be a very strong performer who's preparing for another role. They're far exceeding the expectations of their position, and they want to continue to grow with the organization. So as a manager, you want to put together a plan and identify any gaps so that they can be ready when that next role comes available. And finally, at the very top, this is called ready for next role. This employee has mastered their current role and is driven to take on a new job within the organization. So as a manager, you would need to know what that position would be, that new position would be that the employee would move into, and really identify what the process would be to get them there. So this is our calibration grid overall. So what you will do is you're going to take your full list of employees and you're going to put them into a box that best describes their performance, which is over here on tab 2. Once you have that completed, Adrian is going to collect everyone's ratings, and we're going to provide you back with performance review letters that will give you an opportunity to edit based off of the different performance. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to go through Adrian, and I would be happy to answer them. And I do look forward to eventually meeting you all at some time in the future.